Well, hello there, Gemini. How are you all doing? Let's get some messages for you all today for the end of January. Okay, I know that's kind of like a bit of a vague time block, but let's kind of take it however it resonates. Maybe last half, the little tail end leading into February. I'll leave that up to you to just kind of take it how it feels right. Okay, take it how it feels right. Anyway, if you would like information on how to schedule a personal reading, please look in the description box of this video. That has everything you need to know. What's up, people? Thank y'all for showing up. Y'all got notified? That's good, B-Rabbit. Glad to hear it. That's nice. Yeah, everybody do check your notification settings. So I don't know what exactly happened on YouTube here recently, but a lot of settings of my own. I went in and looked, and a lot of my own settings had just like all been screwed up. I didn't do it, So just check your notification settings and make sure you set it to all notifications, okay? Anyway, let's get right into this. We're going to do the same thing we've been doing. Past person, current person, and new person, okay? Just for the end of January, make sure we're all still on the same track, or maybe timelines changed. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What do we got for Gemini universe? What do we got here? The Ten of Cups. Oh, what's this all about? Gemini. I don't know how that feels yet, though. If you are dealing with a current person, I would like to think that I don't really see issues here. I don't know. We'll see who it is, though. This could be something new with potential, past with potential. I don't know. Let's get 4 shuffles and see how that plays in. 1, 2, 2 more. I'll tell you what, though, for the very first card to jump out for Gemini to be the Ten of Cups. Oh, man. That's a pretty good sign right there. I don't care what kind of drama comes up in the rest of these readings. That's a good sign. The first card that jumped out was the Ten of Cups. Okay? Queen of Wands reversed, though. All righty. So, let's see here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I got to say, this honestly feels past to me. This honestly feels past. Okay? And now, that was a difficult decision to call, but with this Ace of Swords right here, with this Eight of Cups with the person that you're dealing with, I do feel like they are walking away from this. And when I say they're walking away from this, what I mean is that I don't really know if they've necessarily let go of this, but they're actually moving on, or so it appears. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you get in an airplane and fly to the other side of the country. If you haven't moved on in here, that distance doesn't really mean very much. Not really, okay? So I do see a lot of that, okay? And I think that you are eventually going to end up hearing from this person, okay? It could be a Scorpio that you're dealing with. I have Scorpio and Capricorn, okay, with the underlying energy being the Devil card. Somebody here is very obsessed, very, very obsessed, okay? And I think this is on your side here, but I think this still kind of hurts you more than it does them. You're on and off here, okay? You got 9 of Swords reversed, and then you got the 5 of Pentacles. So it's like, some days are better than others, but the person you're dealing with, I do think that in their heart, they had their version of the best intentions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see this person intentionally waking up, conspiring to screw you over, or to lie to you, or you know what I mean? Anything like that happened, I think, was mainly an energetic, disharmonious mismatch. And I think this person had the best of intentions, and they are going to reach out. They are going to reach out, but I think there is a lot of healing that needs to be done here. There is a lot of healing that needs to be done. And there very well may be potential for successful reconciliation. And those of you who have been following me for a while know that I don't just say that. I don't just say that. I'm not one of those tarot card readers who will sprinkle sugar on your reading so that it sounds cute. I'm not one of them. There's plenty of them out there, not me. So if I say I see potential for a successful reconciliation, that means something. because that's not very common. Not very common. It's always possible, but it's difficult to get two people on the same track working towards that goal. That can tend to be very difficult. But right now, we're looking a little bit more at the person that you're dealing with here, okay? If you're not dealing with or interested in a past person, this is not for you. But they do have the Tower in the reverse. That is reconciliation energy there, okay? So I do think that there will be an attempt at reconciliation eventually later on down the line. Here at the end of January, I don't know. I really don't know. But it does look like that is something in the future here. Let's get 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords reversed, Emperor. The Chariot reversed. There's the Page of Cups. All right, so there's so much back and forth energy with this person right here. So I don't even know where to start with this. Well, first of all, I do think that there is going to be an attempted reconciliation, but with what this attempt is, I don't really know if this person's actually putting forth enough effort to actually make it happen, if that makes any sense. Because you have the Knight of Cups and the Chariot, both reversed. Could be a Cancer that you're dealing with. And you have the Page of Cups upright. So it seems like there will be communication with the intent to reconcile behind it, but I don't see any movement. I don't see this person like actually putting forth action, you know? Like, for example, and this is just a cheesy example. Thanks for that super chat, Lindy. Appreciate it. They could hit you up and have the intention in their heart to hopefully things, you know, start working, you know, in my favor, so that we will end up eventually coming back together. But I don't see them actually saying, hey, you know what, let's meet up. I want to meet up and I want to hang out with you and I want to talk to you. And I want to, you know, talk to you face to face and like making plans. Does that make sense? I think they're doing a lot of talking, but not a whole lot of walking. Okay. So, hard to say right there. Like I said, for reconciliation to be successful, you have to have 2 people on that track working towards that goal. So let's see what advice we have here. Ooh, the Lover's card popped out. That's also the Gemini card. Okay, very intense connection. Okay, this is one of those types of connections. Could be twin flame for some of you. Not for everybody, but either way, it's still one of those connections that is not accidental at all. Okay, so it's very important that you don't ever underestimate or try to undermine the purpose behind the connection. Okay, regardless of how positive or negative it seems to be turning out. Let's get 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. See the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Chariot card, the Empress, and the 5 of Cups. All right. So right now, I wouldn't put my life on hold for this person. I wouldn't. But if you ever really want to get to a timeline where reconciliation is successful, you're going to have to go inside and figure out how to make peace with the past. And it's going to be an inside job. Okay? It doesn't really matter what people think. You know, you can fool people into believing that you've relinquished a grudge, but the universe doesn't respond to what other people think. The universe responds to what's really going on in here. So at the end of the day, it's going to be an inside job between you, higher self, universe, and that's it. Okay, and you have to make a very, very, very honest effort to make peace with your past and relinquish grudges so that you can honestly say that to yourself. Okay? And at that point, as long as you're working on that, by the time you actually do end up communicating with this person, well, first of all, you may not even be interested at that point. But the most important thing is they're not really going to have an emotional advantage over you once you've forgiven them and relinquished the grudge. That makes sense? All right, now let's see, that was past person. Let's take a look at current person. Okay, this is for Geminis dealing with a current person in their life. If you are not dealing with or worried about a current person in your life, this is not for you. Not for you. Whoops. I think this deck is saying nope. All right, how about this one? Current person Gemini's dealing with. Current person. The Five of Wands in the reverse. Let's get 3 more shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Boom, the 8 of Swords. Okay, so there's a lot of truths and a lot of facts being ignored here. Okay. For right now, there's a lot of back and forth energy here. Okay, things seem to be moving a little bit slow. I think the biggest issue here, and this could be you or the person you're dealing with, or both of you, is that whatever issues there were in the past, I'm looking for some sort of physical evidence that supports that things are getting better and going to the next level. Like, especially those of you who, and I know this isn't going to be everybody, so I'm just using an example here. But let's say you're dealing with somebody that you've been dating for 6 months, and you're wondering, I wonder if this person's ever going to propose to me. You know, maybe not. Maybe they were going to, but I acted a fool a couple of months ago and got into a big fight with them, and maybe they're, you know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Like, whatever issues have happened in the past, I think a lot of you are kind of worried that it may have screwed up the path, the energetic pathway moving forward. And I don't think that's the case. I think right now, especially in the end of January, Mercury retrograde energy is very, very strong. It's coming in waves. It's very on and off, you know? Like for a couple hours, everything's feeling good. Then for the next couple of hours, it hits you like a wave again. You know, this has been a weird one. And I see a lot of that happening here. It feels like things are moving very slowly between the two of you. But there's a lot of truths and a lot of facts that are kind of just being ignored and slid under the rug right now. Okay? 3 of Swords. There's still a lot of things that need to be, like, what's happening right now is things need to be brought up to the surface. Okay? And universe will give you a time window to bring those things to the surface yourself. And if not, they will be brought to the surface. And that can be an ugly process sometimes. That can be a very ugly process sometimes. Oh, that was intense. Let's look at the advice here. Let's look at the advice here, because that's a very, I don't know what to think about that spread. Kind of almost like the brain and the taffy puller type of energy, you know. Let's see though, what advice do we have? Advice, the Devil card. 2 more shuffles here, 2 more. Three of Cups reversed. 3 of Wands. 8 of Pentacles reversed. Okay. All right. So this is one of those types of, this is with the advice, you're at a crossroads. Okay. I know this isn't the 2 of Wands, but with the rest of the energy surrounding this, you're at a bit of a crossroads here. Okay. Because there is a very unhealthy energy that is being tossed. You're basically playing ping pong with a ball of negative energy. You and this person are. Okay. And if you are to the point right now where it's really just kind of pushing you away and energetically draining you, you won't be like condemned for moving on from this. Not really. But if you do want to attempt to work on this and make things better, it's going to require some energy work. It's definitely going to require some energy work. Okay. I don't know though. This does kind of feel like, with that being the 3 of Wands, even though it is kind of a crossroads, like the Two of Wands, here's the crossroads, and you're standing here behind it with two different paths to choose from. The Three of Wands, you're already leaning towards one of those paths and maybe a couple of steps down that path. And it really looks to me like you're much more leaning towards the path of needing to move on from this. Okay. Don't try to work and try and force and fight. Okay. Like, it's going to require work and effort to make things work. But if you find yourself like fighting a losing battle, or like trying to swim through a pool of peanut butter, like it just ain't happening, you're just trying too hard and going nowhere, then it may be time to just take your hands off the wheel and see where it wants to go on its own. If you take your hands off the wheel and say, okay, fine, you know what, universe, you show me which way to go. And the universe starts pulling you away from this person, you might want to allow that process to happen. Because again, Eight of Swords, there's too many things that need to be brought up to the surface that are being ignored. Okay? Too many things that need to be talked about. There's just too much stuff that's being hidden between the two of you. I'm not necessarily just lies, but just expressions of self in general. Expressions of self in general are being hidden between the two of you, I think both of you kind of have your walls up to each other a little bit too much. All right, well, man, brain in the taffy puller. Well, let's see new person. Now we're going to see the new person. If you're not dealing with or interested in a new person, this is not your reading. Remember, everybody, don't ever try to force a reading to resonate. It'll either resonate or it won't. It ain't that big a deal. But if you're interested in or dealing with a new person in your life, maybe stick around and see what this has to say here. Last shuffle. Yep, last one. Boom, the Lovers in the reverse. It could be another Gemini. I also have Sagittarius here. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, okay, so I don't know. This feels kind of like one of those connections that comes together and one person is more into it than the other person. Really hard to say which one is which, but I feel a little bit of imbalance between the two of you. Okay. Let's see. Could be a Pisces that you're dealing with here, but communication, I don't know, man. I don't think you all speak the same love language, really. Okay. This person could kind of come across like they really don't care, like they're just a little bit nonchalant and, a bit of a game player here. I think a lot of you are probably thinking about, should I even take this anywhere, or should I just keep my options open? A little bit of nervousness. There's this energy between the two of you of imbalance. Maybe it could be on and off. Like one day you're into it and they really aren't. The next day they're into it and you really aren't. So yeah, I don't know. This doesn't really look like it's going to go anywhere. Not really. If anything, Page of Cups reverse, Seven of Cups, you may just kind of back away and say, you know what, I'm not interested and I want to keep my options open. I want to look for something that feels a little bit more intense than this. Maybe I want to, find somebody who takes things a little bit more seriously than this and then I can vibe with a little bit better, Okie dokie. Advice for Gemini and the new person, end of January. Advice. Ba-boom, the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Okay. So, I don't know, man. If you're really not feeling it, don't try to force it. Don't try to force it. See, that's the thing. Hang on. When we are in the process of that attracting your person, see, stepping on to the frequency of true love, the way it feels is a way that if somebody approaches you that you're really not vibing with, you're going to feel that. Thanks for that super chat, Lindy. Appreciate it. You're going to feel that and you're going to know. Okay. Where when we're not on the frequency of true love, you kind of overlook that and you'll just kind of give anybody a chance. Right. But when you're stepping onto that frequency of true love, you really feel like, you know what? Nah, I just really feel like I'm just not vibing with that, dude. And you know what? I'm not that desperate. I don't need it that bad, that I'll just settle for anybody. And I think a lot of you are dealing with something like that right now. Okay. A lot of you are dealing with something like that right now. Right now, your number one priority is getting your strength back. Okay. Especially those of you who have had a very rough past situation. Getting your strength back and being in the best emotional and psychological shape you can be in for yourself. Okay. That's your number one priority. Okay. If you're kind of drained, if you're still a little bit emotionally beat up from something that happened to you in the past, and then here comes this new person and you're just really not feeling it, like in your gut, man, it's just like, I'm really not feeling you though, and then you got this ego voice in the back of your head saying, well, just what if, just see where it goes. But your gut's like, man, no, I'm just not feeling it. Listen to your gut. Put your emotional, spiritual, and psychological well-being as your number one priority. All right. Anywho, I feel like your all's messages have come through. I'll go ahead and hop on out of here. I greatly appreciate every last one of you who tuned in and played along. The likes, the positive feedback, the comments, super chats, all that good stuff, man. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. All right. Don't forget to look in the description of the video for information on scheduling personal readings. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thanks again for tuning in and showing love, y'all. I'll see you sometime between right now and the rest of all eternity. Y'all have a good day.